glad that you were able to make time to meet with me today. I know you're super busy. I wanted to talk to you just because you and your studio have won our challenges over and over. And you just won the Halloween challenge as a studio as well as the top studio with how many songs did you guys have all together? Do you remember?
I don't know. The kids were keeping me updated. So I
That's so
think there was
awesome.
at least, yeah, there were at least half a dozen kids who started before I even knew there was. I know there's a Halloween challenge, but before I even saw the first song up there were already a dozen kids saying, I've already logged, you owe me so much.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So,
I'm going to share my screen really quick so I could show everybody. Is that okay?
sure.
Okay.
My kids are
So
very proud of what they do. So,
they are awesome. Yeah, we're so excited for what they've been doing. All right, so here we go. We're showing our screen now. This was the Halloween challenge. We'll go to the group rank. But there you are, Lorri D, right at the top, 1,528 songs for the Halloween challenge. And the Halloween challenge is not our biggest challenge, right? It's a smaller one of our challenges right now. The Christmas challenge, Disney challenge, those have been even bigger in the past. So to see what you guys have done, and you've won more than one challenge, you won lots of challenges as a studio. So we want to know what your secret is. How in the world are you doing
well,
this?
like I tell everybody, it's because I pay them, but so it is and it isn't. I have I have two studios that are about 2 hours apart. So I have about 20 kids in one studio and about 40 in the other. And not all my kids are entered in the challenges. I think, I have about 50 kids that are entered in the Christmas challenge, I think, for now. And that's usually I get between 40 and 50 kids usually enter the challenges. I have some older kids and some adults that don't do them. My average age of the kids are, I would say, like between 8 and 11. So the top kids are typically 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's amazing.
Those are my top kids. They're the fiercest. I have a 9-year-old that has like almost 400 Christmas pieces now. So,
That's
they can be pretty
amazing.
fierce. But what I try to do is I try to unite my studios. So I do challenges sometimes between the studios, sometimes between two different kids in the studios. I challenge if we have classes. I say, okay, 5 minutes. Whoever can get the most number in 5 minutes, I'll give you an extra. I pay a penny for every ticket they get. So
Okay.
however many tickets they get, I pay a penny. And then they use the pennies to buy stuff in my store day. And when we won the Halloween challenge, I went on Amazon and I ordered $100 worth of prizes. That's what I do. So they know that the iPads we've won for Christmas, those are studio iPads. So the kids use them to do apps and group games and in different games. So whatever they win, it's for us. It's for all of us. And they are
Awesome.
cheering on each other. So they love to see, it's very motivating to see other studios. So they're devastated by the group that's beating us right now in Christmas. And I'm like, just wait, my kids will they'll come through. They keep saying, Lorri, don't worry, don't worry. I'll take care of it for you, So
Oh,
I'll make sure,
that's
that we get
awesome.
enough. Or we were doing a little mini challenge during class. And one of the kids said to me, I was the one that just put you over 1,000, so I was so excited about that. That was me, she said, I just did the 1,000th piece for our group. So, and they will often say, I hope somebody in our group wins, somebody in our studio, so there's no, they're doing it for the team. So there's a lot of team effort there. There's a lot of, they do love getting those pennies and they say, we win no matter what, you win pennies and you get to buy at the Christmas store. And so I have a Christmas store, a Halloween store, an Easter store, and so on. And they can use their pennies to buy this, whatever they want. And they love doing that. Often they'll buy gifts for other people. Like I think half of my kids' Christmas presents are bought at my Christmas store.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
but when they win, that money is used to buy more prizes. So
Yeah.
the big request this year was for poppets. So I've ordered a bunch of them.
Yeah, they're
So
popular right
we
now.
use poppets for Yeah, we use poppets for finger exercises during classes and stuff,
Okay.
and we have challenges for that. So yeah, they love the piano marble challenges. They love them. They love to see. It's very motivating for them to see what other studios are doing, what other kids are doing. They try to figure out the logistics of everything. Like, I wonder if those kids are older than us. I wonder if there's more of them in that studio. But always they'll say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're like, we're going to beat them. We're going to win this. We're going to do this. So I don't know. It's just something that we've fostered for such a long time that what the success of one is the success of many, is all of us, right? And they have a really strong sense of loyalty to our group. So it's quite wonderful, actually.
Yeah.
So I get a big kick out of it.
That is so inspirational. That is awesome because you've got some little friendly competition going on, obviously, between them, but that they're working as a team and trying to beat the rest of the studios. That's fantastic. Very, very cool.
Yeah, that's what they're most pleased with. That's what they're most pleased with is if one of us wins. If one of us wins, then they've all, like the year that one of my kids won, like the random draw iPad, they were beside themselves. Like there was no jealousy. It was like, yay, Emerson won the iPad. Oh my God. It's like, that's one of our kids, So it was beyond exciting for them, to do that, to hear that and to know that it was, and they're happy to win anything. They're happy if any of us wins anything. They're happy to get their pennies and spend them. It doesn't, and they say win-win, it's like we get pennies for that, and then we get pennies for minutes. So if we're doing Christmas, we're getting minutes. I pay a penny for every 30 minutes they do as well. So, if they do 60 minutes in a week, they get 2 extra pennies. And, so they figure out that, all this extra practice is just like putting lots of money in their jar, and they think it's fantastic. Yeah. So, and when we win, it's all for us anyway. All goes into prizes or, studio stuff or whatever. So they're winning stuff for the studio. So they're pretty happy about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So have you been able to encourage your older students to jump in on the challenge, or why do you think they're not?
Well, I do talk to, I have about 3 or 4 adults, and then I have a couple of young adults who are also, I say, come on, guys, like these little kids are busting themselves. You can put some into it too, and they do. They're not as crazy about it as the little ones. They like to do it. They prefer to pick, like my little ones. They'll like, I figured out how to get one faster, and I figured out if I speed it up, then I can do more in an hour. And whereas the older ones are kind of like, let's pick a nice Christmas song or two to work on. And they'll work through it, something that's maybe a little bit more challenging rather than just getting all of those level 1s, and all of the level 2s. And, they log a few like that, and they're pretty happy with that. So,
yeah,
but it's good. Like they get a little Christmas present anyway. So, so it's all good.
That's great.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll help us out though. Sometimes the older ones will help us out. But like I said, I only have maybe like 5 adults or young adults or adults, and you're not going to see them pretty much on you see 1 or 2 that might log in a bit, but not, it's a contest for the babies, really.
Right.
Babies. I would say the average age is probably about 9. It was
okay.
I have 4-year-olds up there. 4-year-olds are logging. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So,
that is. Well, one thing that we've really noticed through all the challenges that we have done, but especially the Christmas challenge, because we have a lot of the easier beginner songs in the Christmas challenge, that it helps sight reading. What have you found with that?
Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. Like I tell them that for Christmas, if they want to do the Christmas challenge instead, they don't have to do their sight reading for the week. They can just do Christmas. And I've seen it inspire a lot of kids to, they'll obviously, sometimes they'll get in a rut no matter, what you do with them. They'll get in a little rut, or they get bored, or, something will, they're not inspired or something. But then there's another contest and another challenge. And they definitely, I will run 2 sight reading challenges over the year. So I didn't do the one in November. So I'll probably do one in February, where, I make a draw where if they do sight reading, they can do it any day they want, but at the end of the month, I draw a number from 1 to 30. And if they practice sight reading on that day, they get 10 pennies, right? So they figured out all by themselves that if they practice every day sight reading, they would get it. But I don't need to do those challenges when there's the Christmas ones, because they're just tearing through that stuff. And then all of a sudden I say, you guys did all that Christmas sight reading in January. I say, now you're ready to work on a harder piece. Do you remember that piece you were looking at a few months ago and it was just too hard? I'll bet you it's not that hard anymore. Let's get that. And yeah, it's
That's
super
great.
helpful. Yeah.
Do they find that when good, I'm glad. When they start that harder piece, do they see that too, that it's easier?
Well, they say it's win-win-win. They get pennies for the challenge, they get pennies for minutes, and then they get to play the pieces that make them happy. So it's win-win-win all the way. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Lorri. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that with us. Is there anything else you would like to say? I know you don't have a lot of time, and I don't want to keep you on too long.
No, I'm done. I have another couple of munchkins walking in about 4 minutes. So no, just that I super appreciate that you guys are putting these challenges out. It is very motivating. My kids love it, and they're on it before I am. They know the next challenge. They're a bunch of little keeners, and we keep it friendly. There's friendly competitions, but it opens up so much. There's so many things we can do with those challenges. I have one of my children in the Claire studio, and I have a little boy who I teach online who's in Belgium. And I've set up, I've made a kind of a weekly Christmas challenge where, who can get the most this week gets an extra 5 coins or towards their prizes or whatever. And
cool.
That's fired them both up as well, so you can do it between studios. You can add your challenges onto, the Piano Marvel challenges, and the kids they love it. They think it's win-win-win, so.
Awesome.
And it is for me too, because then of course they're improving, and then the house is full of music, and the parents are like, the kids are playing all the time. So I just had one parent tell me I need to get 2 pianos because one isn't enough for the 2 kids. So
yeah, the kids are duking it out all the time.
The piano, yeah.
So. That's great. That's what we love to hear. That's the whole purpose and goal of Piano Marvels, to help our teachers, especially to help you in your studios and your teaching, but to help the kids get excited about practicing and enjoy being able to make progress outside of their lessons even, and be able to come to their lesson and say, look what I did, look what I can play now. And then you're there to help them with all the musicality and the technique and all of that. So
it works. But I can't even tell you how many times they walk in the door during a challenge and they go, "You owe me so much money, Lorri." I'm going to break your bank, oh my gosh, you guys are killing me, and they love that. Love that. So yeah,
that is awesome.
It's great. I thank you guys for the opportunity for doing these, because definitely my kids are all over it, for sure. All over it,
Well, you're welcome.
I think it's got to be wonderful for every studio. There's so much scope for what you can do with this stuff,
Yeah. Well, and thank you for sharing with how you leverage it and use it in your studio to make it work so well. Sure. We appreciate that. So.
Yeah, anytime.
Very good. Well, I'll get this interview out as soon as I can, and you can show it to your students, and they can be excited that you talked about them.
That too. they say, "Are we famous, Lorri?" We're famous.
Oh, they're definitely famous.
Yeah, we're famous. We're so big, you guys. We're so big, and they're like, "Yeah, we're the best." Oh my gosh, they're so much fun. So yeah, I'll show them that. They'll get a big kick out of it.
Awesome. Well, good luck for the rest of the challenge too. We're not quite halfway through it, and they've got some time. So this is their longest running challenge. So trying to keep that motivation up can be a challenge, but you are so good at that, and I can't wait to see what they do. So.
You never know with my kids. I never know. So.
Awesome.
Okay. Take care, Heidi.
Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, I will. You too.
Thank you. Bye.